Is anyone there?
No.
Wait, I'm the only enemy. I'm your favorite reference, baby. Call me Tether, yeah, you're so
Graduating high school felt like stepping off a cliff into the unknown. I had no idea what to do with my life, but instead of sinking into a Hikakomori bedrotter phase, I found myself on the graveyard shift at FedEx, trying to figure it out one box at a time. I graduated high school not knowing what to do with life, so I figured at the very least, like I should be useful to society, a productive member instead of a Hikakomori maxer, bedrotter maxer. The year was 2022, and now it's almost been 2 years. Jeez. At first, I felt pretty content. I had my first car, a Lexus ES300, and man, that thing was smooth. Like cruising down the roads in pure luxury. That was until the brakes seized up, and finding spares was like a treasure hunt in the junkyard. And my dad pressured me to get rid of it. He didn't want it sitting in the driveway, and to this day, it still cheeses me that he did it. Like, come on. I wish it was still there. Yeah, that sparked some nihilism in me. After that, my dad lent me his Chevy Cobalt, which I'm still driving to this day. But let me tell you, your man's first car, that's unforgettable. And the Lexus had tan leather seats. They hugged me tight, almost like a woman's arms. And at that time, I was heavily celibate. And let's just say, I might have been a little too attached to my car, sexually, sexually attracted to my car. About 4 months into working at FedEx, the honeymoon phase of my job disappeared, and driving and listening to music became the highlight of my days. It kept that little spark for life alive. I couldn't afford to drive in high school, and back then, seeing kids rolling up in their new cars was painful. I would go home, watch a Topher POV video or Doug DeMuro review, dream of the day I'd own my own ride. As much as my Lexus could have been perceived as a beater, I didn't care. No monthly payments, man. I wasn't early debt maxing, and honestly, that was a win for me. In my first year at FedEx, I do remember like UPS drivers got a raise, and my algorithm, my Instagram feed was filled with UPS worker memes, guys wearing AP watches and designer gear. Honestly, they deserve it. Shout out to them, and it gave me hope that maybe FedEx would follow suit and like the union would do the same. Spoilers, like still waiting on the trickle down effect. I worked as a package handler, and most of the days it's unloading trailers, slapping boxes into a conveyor. Other days you're loading packages into vans or standing on a platform sorting boxes by their designated conveyor positions. And those platform days were brutal. Like, imagine dealing with 150 plus pound long boxes while standing in a tiny confined space. The conveyors gets jammed and you're stuck there trying to untangle it like it's some like Roblox tycoon, and then you're jumping on those little bricks. But that's much more simpler in Roblox. And I swear, whoever like engineered those shits, like you gotta get a better job, bro. You gotta get your mind fucking fixed. I swear. Peak season is during Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Postal services would get not jammed, slammed, and that's when the super manager would appear, giving us like words of encouragement. I called him the raid boss because every time he showed up, conveyor speeds magically doubled. His speeches were always the same, like use team lifts, bro. How am I supposed to use team lifts when the conveyor is going 100 kilometers and everyone is too busy to help? Boxes start piling up, getting stepped on, thrown, and damaged. People would start chucking boxes into the vans just to keep up. Me personally, I'd let the boxes pile up at the end, and out of pure spite and side-eyeing the raid boss the whole time. Like some coworkers too, they would be blazing it inside the vans just to get through the shift. I mean, hey man, like do what you gotta do, but just yeah, again, just don't get caught. By the second year, everything becomes a blur. My sleep schedule shifted to something closer to an Asian time zone server, and I started missing out on so much afternoon events. Fatigue hit even harder, but as those dark nights were, watching the moon phases and sunrise gave me a strange sense of peace. It reminds me that no matter where you are in life, the present is all you got. So be aware of the person you are now because this moment is all you truly own. My closing thoughts, working at FedEx taught me more than I expected. It wasn't just about that grind life. It was like finding meaning in the little things, like driving with music or watching the sunrise. So wherever you are in life, find those small sparks. They're worth holding on to.